Hi there! Thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and boy, how unusual is this? A Giant Globe Posters promotional poster from 1965 instead of the usual standard cardboard concert poster. Look at this. And who is it for? Other than Otis Redding. Oh my goodness. His star was really quickly rising in the R&B field at this point, and his new single was Respect, and everybody was excited about it. Look at that big green stripe right across the center of the poster. And that song as well dates this poster easily to the second half of 1965. And the purpose of this giant globe window card was not just promoting the single, but to sort of push Otis as a brand, if you will, plugging his new umbrella production company and his new vanity record label. And you can be sure it was all engineered by Phil Walden, Otis's ambitious manager, who comprises actually the bottom banner in Dayglow orange there on this poster. By the way, many of you know Walden would go on to form Capricorn Records and manage the Allman Brothers Band in the 70s and so forth, and be friends to President Jimmy Carter. So you've got this big 22 by 31 inch, cardboard Dayglow promo poster, quite literally shouting Otis's name from the rooftops. What happened was in 1965 this year, Phil Walden had been overseas serving in the Army, and he came back and he had a different worldview and had seen a lot overseas and everything, and he wanted to give his client, who was really rising quickly, just a big, huge promotional push and establish him as a big star. So his younger brother had actually been running the management company you see at the bottom of this poster, but Phil came back all fired up and really buoyed, if you will, by the success of Otis's previous single, I've Been Loving You Too Long, which was really his first big hit. It went to #2 on the R&B charts. So Phil Walden got really busy and bought a whole bunch of nice new duds for his client, for Otis to wear both on stage and in public, and he set up Big O Productions, an umbrella company for non-music Otis projects. You can see Big O mentioned on this poster, and he created a vanity record label for Otis to, cultivate and record talent of his choosing. And you can see, in fact, Jodas Records mentioned twice on here. And then Walden had this big Dayglow poster, I almost said concert poster by accident, printed up to promote all these new projects for his main clients. So, was it a vanity poster at the time? Kind of hard to say. I mean, anything that creates awareness, is not a bad thing. Although whether this thing actually covered its cost in, extra radio station airplay or record sales is, debatable and definitely can't be discernible 60 years later. But, as far as the two musicians on here, besides Otis, the poster doesn't seem to have really helped the career, as you can see there, of Billy Young. He didn't have any charting records at all. But Otis is credited with discovering Arthur Conley in the green stripe. Yeah, the famous Arthur Conley. Now, Conley did not produce a hit for Jodas or Otis, but a couple of years later he really had a landmark soul record with Sweet Soul Music, in which he mentions Otis in the song. Well, as for Respect, which of course is, I would say, the most famous song that Otis Redding ever wrote, well, unfortunately it got no respect from mainstream American artists. Otis didn't have a pop hit until after he died, unfortunately. But as you know, 2 years later, Aretha Franklin, boy, she covered it, and she and her producers added the R-S-P-E-C-T, R-E-S-P-E-C-T chant, and the Sock It To Me background vamp and everything, and just took it to the moon, and it became one of, an endearing, obviously, landmark and one of the most famous songs to come out of the 1960s. And for that, Otis has our undying respect. Beautiful promo poster from '65 from Globe Posters and Otis Redding. Wow, really different, really fun. Thanks a lot for dropping by, and we'll see you next time for something soon. Bye-bye.